WPIAL Podcast, Trib Live, High School Sports Network, our get-together presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Go local. Go with Edgar, helping injured people since 1982. If you, and hopefully you're not, but if you are an injured person or know somebody who has recently been injured, edgarsnyder.com. We thank them for continuing their sponsorship here through the spring sports season. We're here for our first spring sports update. Baseball and softball, the Diamond Sports. Get you caught up to date. Still early days, but we're inching closer. Blink, and we'll be halfway through section play. Blink twice, and we'll be getting ready for the postseason in May. So let's run down where we are as we get ready for Easter. Happy Easter to all those who celebrate. And then really, once this weekend is over, we kick into full mode, both in baseball and softball through the rest of the regular season. All right, we'll start in baseball in Class 6A, Section 1. North Allegheny has yet to play a section series. They'll debut this upcoming week. Butler and Central Catholic had a chance to sweep. Both lost their third game. In 6A, you play 3 section series games because of the number of teams. There's only 10 teams in all of Class 6A. Butler and Central Catholic are 2-1. Seneca Valley North Hills 1-2. Big series coming up. The debut for North Allegheny, as they will be taking on Butler. This week will be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday section series in 6A. North Allegheny gets 2 home games on Tuesday and Friday. In Section 2, 2 teams did earn section sweeps in their first section series. Cannon McMillan and Norwin are both 3-0. Big Macs are 8-0 overall. And big one to watch this week. Those 2 teams go head-to-head. Big Macs and Knights Tuesday and Friday at Norwin High School. So that obviously huge series early on in Section 2. Mount Lebanon is the one team that did not play a section series this past week. In Class 5A, we get back to the 2-game section series, 5A all the way down to Class A. Section 1, Franklin Regional and Penn Trafford are both 3-1. 2-1 is Latrobe. Kiski area is 1-1. Yet to lose, not only in section play, but overall, the Plum Mustangs. Big series coming up this week is Penn Trafford taking on Plum. The section series in baseball, by the way, this week, not Monday, Tuesday per usual, as the kids say. It is on Tuesday and Wednesday. That first game, Tuesday, is at Plum between the Warriors and the Mustangs. Big series in Section 2, the 2 top teams, South Fayette and Bethel Park, both 3-1. They go head-to-head Tuesday at Bethel Park. We'll have that one on the network. Wednesday at South Fayette. Peters Township sits at 1-1, and both Moon and Trinity are 2-2 in Section 2, 5A. Pine Richland alone on top in Section 3. They are 4-0. Newcastle is 1-1. Newcastle or Fox Chapel 2-2. That's the big series in Section 3 this week. Fox Chapel taking on Newcastle. Keep in mind, West Allegheny Indians have yet to play a section series, even though Pine Richland has 4 in the books. Section 4 of 5A, Montour and Gateway tied for the top spot, and those 2 teams go head-to-head this week. Tuesday at Gateway, Wednesday at Montour. Both are 7 p.m. starts. Thomas Jefferson and Baldwin are 1-1. In Class 4A, Section 1, Blackhawk alone on top. They are 4-0. Ambridge 2-1. Beaver and Hopewell are both 2-2. That's in Section 1. North Catholic is 0-1. in section play. Section 2, Elizabeth Forward on top at 4-0. West Mifflin, even with them really in the loss column, they're 2-0. Bell Vernon is 3-1, and then Uniontown is 2-2. And in section 3, defending champion both district and state, Indiana, off to a 2-0 start. They're 3-0 overall. They are taking on Derry. Trojans are tied with Valley right behind Indiana at 1-1. So the Little Indians and Trojans go head-to-head this week. Class 3A, Section 1, 2 teams yet to lose. Beaver Falls 2-0. Mohawk is 1-0. Elwood City and Riverside, the Wolverines and Panthers split their section series last week. This week, Mohawk is taking on defending champion Riverside. Section 2, South Park and Avonworth. Those 2 teams will meet in late April. Right now, they're 2-0 after sweeping their initial section series. The 2 teams behind them, Shadyside Academy and South Allegheny, both 1-1, are the 2 teams next on their respective schedules. Avonworth taking on South Allegheny and South Park going up against Shadyside Academy. Section 3 of Class 3A, Freeport, the lone team without a loss. They are 4-0. Burrell is 3-1. York is 1-1. Both Mount Pleasant and Deer Lakes 2-2. Mount Pleasant at Burrell in the Key Series in Section 3 this upcoming week. Section 4, Seton LaSalle is 4-0. Both McGuffey and Waynesburg Central are 1-1, and then Washington and Bronzeville 2-2. The Rebels, the front-running Rebels, taking on Bronzeville in the section series this week. All right, let's go to 2A now. And in Section 1, Fort Cherry is 4-0. California is 2-0. Fraser right behind them at 2-1. This week, Fraser takes on Fort Cherry in a section series. Section 2, defending champion Freedom off to a 4-0 start. Shenango is 2-0. Neshannock 1-1. Both Northgate and Laurel 2-2. Neshannock against Freedom, probably the 2 favorites coming into the season in Section 2, collide this week in a section series. And the 2 top teams in 2 of the top teams, I should say, in Section 3, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart in first place at 2-0. Then behind them, Riverview and Apollo Ridge at 3-1. Southside is 2-1. Riverview and Apollo Ridge meet in a section series starting Tuesday at the home of the Vikings this week. Class A, Section 1, Avella and Greensburg Central Catholic are both 4-0. Carmichael's off to a 3-1 start. The Mighty Mikes runners-up a year ago. Section 2, Western Beaver 4-0. Aquinas Academy is 2-0. Both teams undefeated overall, and those 2 teams will meet, the Golden Beavers and Crusaders, in a section series this week. Finally, Section 3, Eden Christian Academy is 2-0. Bishop Canavan 3-1. Sewickley Academy 1-1. Sarah Catholic 2-2. Eden Christian Academy, our team of the week, our Diamond team of the week. They are coming off a big 2-game sweep of Sarah Catholic. Up next, a 2-game series with Bishop Canavan. All right, let's go to switch gears and go to softball now. 6A, there's only the 1 section. Right now, 2 teams with perfect records. Cannon McMillan is 4-0. Hempfield is 3-0 in section play. The Big Macs are 5-0 overall. The Spartans are 5-1. Those 2 teams will meet Wednesday. A lot of big softball games this week. Hempfield at Cannon McMillan in the first meeting between the Big Macs and Spartans. 5A, Section 1, Shaler alone on top at 5-0. Fox Chapel is 4-1. Newcastle 3-2. Plum is 2-2. Fox Chapel visits Shaler on Wednesday. Section 2, Armstrong alone in first. Hawks are 6-0. Penn Trafford 3-1. Both Kiscaria and Latrobe check in at 2-2. Armstrong visits Penn Trafford on Wednesday. Again, a lot of big softball games coming up midweek. Section 3 of Class 5A, You have Montour 2-0. West Allegheny is 1-0. And then Moon is 2-1. Moon visits Montour on Wednesday. And then Montour is at West Allegheny on Friday. Section 4, big week for Baldwin. They are currently tied with Thomas Jefferson for first place. Their game this past week was postponed. Highlanders and Jaguars both 4-0 in section play. Trinity right behind them at 3-1. Baldwin visits Trinity on Monday. Highlanders at Thomas Jefferson on Wednesday. Class 4A, Section 1, 3 teams yet to lose a section game. Indiana is 3-0. Both Derry and Greensburg-Salem are 2-0. Coming up on Wednesday, Greensburg-Salem visits Indiana. Section 2, combined, West Mifflin and Elizabeth Forward are 14-1. Combined in section play, they're 9-0. EF is 5-0. West Mifflin 4-0. Those two powers meet on Monday evening at West Mifflin. You can see it here on the network. Section 3, Beaver Blackhawk, both 2-0. North Catholic is 1-0. Big week for the Trojans. Home on Monday to Blackhawk, home to Beaver on Wednesday. Let's go to 3A now. Section 1, York and Mount Pleasant are 2-0. Borough and Ligonier Valley, a game back at 1-1. Mount Pleasant visits York for first place on Monday. Section 2, Mohawk 2-0, Avonworth 1-0. Those two teams meet in Bessemer, the Antelopes and the Warriors, on Monday for first place. Section 3, South Park alone in first place at 2-0. Then you have Keystone Oaks, Charleroi, and McGuffey all 1-1. Tuesday, South Park hosting Charleroi. Class 2A, Section 1, Neshannock is 3-0. They're 4-0 overall. The long unbeaten streak remains intact. Laurel 2-1, then Shenango, Freedom, Riverside, all 1-1. Neshannock at Laurel. They continue that rivalry up in Lawrence County on Friday. Section 2, Apollo Ridge and Brentwood are 1-0. South Allegheny and Northgate have yet to even play a game, so it's really early days in Section 2 of 2A. Section 3 of 2A, Chartiers Houston off and running, 8-0 overall. 3-0 in this section. Seton LaSalle also undefeated, but they've only played one section match thus far. Ocean Burgettstown are both 1-1. Section 4, Washington is 2-0. Bentworth of 1-0. The Bearcats 6-0 overall. Then Waynesburg Central and Brownsville 1-1. Brownsville visits Bentworth on Wednesday. Class A, Section 1, Union and Southside tied for first place at 2-0. Sewickley Academy even in the loss column, but the Panthers are 1-0. Sewickley Academy visits Union for a share of first place on Monday. In Section 2, Jefferson Morgan 3-0, Carmichael's 2-0, West Green 1-1. The Rockets of Jefferson Morgan hosting the Mighty Mikes of Carmichael's on Wednesday in a Greene County showdown. And finally, Section 3, Jeanette is 2-0. They're a perfect 4-0 thus far. Sarah Catholic is 1-0. So there you have it, our first update. We'll do it every weekend. Check it out, tribhssn.triblive.com. And, you know, these updates become obviously more and more important as the season goes on. Thanks to our good friends at Edgar Snyder and Associates. Busy week, really the rest of the way for us here at Trib HSSN. Plenty of games. Check it out Monday through Friday on the network. Thanks to Chris Lackner. I'm Don Rebel. We thank you for joining us. Rebel Yell podcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.